Good morning, students. Dear students, let's continue with the line by line reading of chapter 4, that is The Rat Trap by Selma Lagerlof. When the crofter gave shelter to the peddler, he gave him supper and tobacco. He also played with him the game of majolis until bedtime. After that, he disclosed his secrets also before the peddler. He told him that last month he had earned 30 kroner by selling the milk of the cow. He showed those 30 kroner to the peddler and then put those back into the pouch. Let's continue. The next day, both men got up in good season. In good season means early in the morning. The next day, both the peddler and the crofter got up early in the morning. The crofter was in a hurry to milk his cow. To milk means to draw milk. The crofter had to milk his cow, and the other man probably thought that he should not stay in bed when the head of the house had gotten up. Gotten up means got up. And the peddler thought that when the head of the house had got up, he must not sleep. They left the cottage at the same time. The crofter locked the door and put the key in his pocket. The man with the rat trap said goodbye and thank you, and thereupon each went his own way. Thereupon means after that both of them went to their ways. But half an hour later, the rat trap peddler stood again before the door. After half an hour, the peddler came once again before the door of the cottage. He didn't try to get in, however, but this time he didn't get into the house. He only went up to the window, smashed a pane, struck in his hand, and got hold of the pouch with the 30 kroner. Smashed means broke, struck means pushed. He went to the window, broke the window pane, and pushed his hand from it and got hold of the pouch in which 30 kroner had been kept. He took the money and thrust it into his own pocket. He took the money and put that money into his pocket. Then he hung the leather pouch very carefully back in its place and went away. As he walked along with the money in his pocket, he felt quite pleased with his smartness. Pleased means happy, smartness means cleverness. When he went with the money, he was very happy that he had been very clever. He realized, of course, that at first he dared not continue on the public highway. He realized that he must not have the courage to go on the public highway, but must turn off the road into the woods. Woods means forest, but he must go into forest because now he was a thief. He had stolen the 30 kroner of the crofter. During the first hour, this caused him no difficulty. In the very beginning, no problem had come. Later in the day, it became worse, but later the situation became bad. For it was a big and confusing forest. Confusing means causing confusion. Because it was a big and confusing forest which he had gotten into means entered. He tried to be sure to walk in a definite direction. He made it sure that he would go in a particular direction, but the paths twisted back and forth so strangely. Twisted means turned. But the paths twisted back and forth very strangely. He walked and walked without coming to the end of the wood. He walked continuously, but he was not able to find the end of that jungle. Finally, he realized that he had only been walking around in the same part of the forest. Very soon, he realized that he was coming on the same path again and again. All at once, he recalled his thought about the world and the rat trap. Recalled means remembered. He remembered his thought that the whole world was a rat trap. Now his own turn had come. He had let himself be fooled by a bait he had been caught. Bait means fodder. He had made himself fool by the fodder of 30 kroner, and he had been captured in the snare. The whole forest with its trunks and branches, trunks means tane, logs, branches, thickets, jhadiyan and fallen logs, closed in upon him like an impenetrable prison. Impenetrable means impassable prison. impossible to go through that prison from which he could never escape. And now it was impossible for him to come out of that forest. It was late in December. Late in December means near the end. December was about to finish. Darkness was already descending over the forest. Descending means coming down. Darkness was coming down the forest. This increased the danger and increased also his gloom and despair. Gloom and despair means sadness and disappointment. He was very sad. Finally, he saw no way out, means he had no solution, and he sank down on the ground. Sank down means fell down due to weakness, fell down due to despair. He fell down on the ground, tired to death means extremely tired, extremely exhausted, extremely fatigued, thinking that his last moments had come, and he thought that he would die very soon. But just as he laid his head on the ground, laid means put, just he had put his head on the ground, he heard a sound, a hard, regular thumping. Thumping means a hitting sound of something. He heard a regular thumping sound. There was no way as to what that was, no doubt. He was very soon able to realize from where the sound was coming. He raised himself. Those are the hammer strokes from an iron mill. Strokes means blows, hammer means hathoda. Those were the blows of hammer from an iron mill. There must be people nearby. He thought that there must be people there. He summoned all his strength. Summoned means gathered, strength means power. He gathered all his power, got up, and staggered in the direction of the sound. Staggered means walked unsteadily, ladkhadakar chal diya. The Ramsjo iron works, which are now closed down, were not so long ago a large plant with smelter, rolling mill and forge. Ramsjo iron works, though now are closed, but not so long ago it used to be a large plant. Smelter means where iron is heated and it is separated from the carbons. And rolling means spreading, and mill means forge factory. In the summer time, long lines of heavily loaded barges and scows. Barges and scows are boats. Boats used to come here, slid down the canal means from the canal, which led to a large inland lake. Inland lake means a lake which was situated in the boundary of that area. And in the winter time, the roads near the mill were black from the coal dust which sifted down from the big charcoal crates. Sifted down means scattered, bikharna. During one of the long dark evenings just before Christmas, the master Samit and his helpers sat in the dark forge near the furnace. It was the dark evening and it was before the Christmas festival. Master Black Samit and his disciple were sitting near the forge and they were waiting the pig iron which had been put in the fire. Pig iron means crude iron used as raw material, and that iron was put in the fire to be ready to put on the anvil. Anvil is a surface on which hot iron is put and is given shape. Every now and then one of them got up to stir the glowing mass. Glowing means shining, mass means metal. Either the blacksmith or his disciple would got up and would stir the glowing mass with a long iron bar. Bar means stick, returning in a few moments, dripping with perspiration means sweating. Though, as was the custom, he wore nothing but a long shirt and a pair of wooden shoes. They used to wear a long shirt and a pair of wooden shoes. It was the custom. All the time there were many sounds to be heard in the forge. Forge means bhatti, where metal is processed. So many sounds were there on the forge. The big bellow groaned. Bellow is a tool used to blow air into the fire to make it burn better. Bellow, dhonkni. Make various sounds. Burning coal cracked. Cracked means break apart under pressure. And sometimes it was the sound of breaking coal. The fireboy shoveled charcoal into the mob furnace. Fireboy means a helper of the master blacksmith. Shovel means through. Charcoal into the mob means mouth of. Furnace means forge. with a great deal of clattering. As a result, a sound of clattering was there. Clattering means khad khad ki आवाज. Outside roared the waterfall. Roared means made sharp sound. And outside there was the sound of waterfall. And a sharp north wind wiped the rain against the brick tiled roof. Wiped means hit the rain. And the rain hit the brick tiled roof. It was probably on account of all this noise. Possibly, so many noises were there due to those noises that the blacksmith didn't notice that a man had opened the gate and entered the forge. The master blacksmith didn't see that a peddler had come and entered the furnace until he stood close up to the furnace, until he hadn't come near the forge. Surely it was nothing unusual for poor vagabonds without any better shelter for the night to be attracted to the forge by the glow of light which escaped through the sooty panes and to come in to warm themselves in front of fire. It was nothing unusual, it was very common that poor vagabonds means wanderers who have their no home, without any better shelter, they were attracted towards the forge due to the glow of light which came from the sooty panes. Sooty panes means panes which were covered with black substance, that is dhua, and to come in, and they used to come in to warm themselves. We'll continue.